This program is brought to you by the Vegetarian Society of Hawaii, a nonprofit organization dedicated to sharing with the community the many benefits of a vegetarian diet. Free monthly meetings include vegetarian experts found locally and on the mainland, quick and easy cooking demonstrations, and healthful and delicious food samples. Members enjoy an informative quarterly newsletter, social activities, and discounts at many vegetarian-friendly restaurants and health food stores. For an application, call 944-8344. That's 944-8344. Or visit our website at www.vsh.org. vsh.org.
Aloha! Thank you all for coming this evening for our monthly public presentation of the Vegetarian Society of Hawaii. It's good to see all of you here tonight. Since 1990, the Vegetarian Society of Hawaii has been following our mission of promoting human health, animal rights, and protection of the environment by means of vegetarian education, as we've grown to become one of the largest nonprofit vegetarian societies in the nation. Be sure also to stay after tonight's talk to enjoy samples of our speakers' delicious recipes made from ingredients donated by the generosity of Down to Earth. It is now time for a special guest speaker. We're delighted to have with us tonight VSH's own Chef Ori Ann Li. Chef Ori Ann Li, who makes her home in Hawaii, is passionate about vegan cooking and lifestyle. She received her culinary training in Europe and North America and specializes in world cuisines. She has a popular website and a large fan base on the internet with a following of 25,000 fans on Facebook and still growing. With the launching of her cookbook series entitled Orian Lee's Vegan Paradise, she is taking her readers on an unforgettable journey around the world to find the tastiest vegan fare. In her first book, Orian Lee's Vegan Paradise, 65 Unforgettable Recipes, published in January of this year, she introduces exciting Asian and fusion cuisines and writes about healing superfoods, giving examples of how to incorporate them in one's regular diet. With a family background in traditional Chinese medicine and her studies of Ayurvedic principles, she believes that food is a mind-body experience and that healing is only possible through daily nourishment by a healthy plant-based diet. Today, she is going to demonstrate for us 2 of her favorite dishes, which you will get to taste at the end of her talk. Copies of her cookbook are available for purchase, and she'll be happy to sign them for you. Please join me in welcoming Ori Ann Li.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm seeing a lot of faces, bodies. This is really wonderful. Well, I want to start the talk by thanking Lorraine. She is the president of VSH. Her family, her husband and her daughter tonight both helped to set up our talk. Even though you guys are also aware about vegan cooking, but I still would like to address some of the issues I have dealt with on my Facebook and internet following. I have about, like Lorraine said, about 25,000 fans on Facebook. So the benefit of having such a large group of people that I can communicate with is that I get to talk with them a lot, and I hear their stories and concerns. So I would summarize some of the problems into 2 categories. One would be the folks who are worried about eating vegan because of the expense. You know, they're saying that it's too expensive and there are no coupons for vegan food. Actually, a lot of people are complaining that their husbands are not supporting them and they're not allowing them to go vegan, or they're making it difficult for them. So I'm hearing these 2 groups a lot, but not in this group, not in this crowd. However, I'm addressing it to the TV viewers. To eat vegan, it means that we're going to have to eat creatively and shop creatively, because vegan food isn't mainstream yet. And maybe one day it will be, but not now. So what if your family cannot afford organic food, or, you know, or eating high quality stuff, or you're not be able to eat at your favorite, shop from your favorite store, what are some of the things you can do? Do you guys have a suggestion? What are some of the things we can do to help out with families who are, just a little uncomfortable with spending a lot of money and, shopping without coupons? Any suggestions? Yes. What? Grow your own food. Thank you. Grow your own food. Yeah, and I'm a gardener too, so I totally agree with that. Anything else?
You can eat less.
Eat less. Wow. Actually, yes, that's a whole another talk, right? Eating less and eating more mindfully, right? Not over consuming. That's a very good one. Anybody else? I saw some hands too. What's that? Go to farmer's market. Great, great. That's absolutely right. Yeah. Learn to cook your own food. Yes. Be a good cook. Right. Buy in bulk. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. If you're not going to buy the meat, it's going to save you some money right there. So, okay, good. And I want to share with you an sort of experience I had just today cooking the dinner I did for you folks. We're very fortunate to have down-to-earth, one of the best places to shop on the planet here in Hawaii. But, things are a little expensive, especially our superfoods such as goji berry, right? Goji berry, for instance. I didn't want to take goji berry from the menu today, even though I know it's an expensive ingredient and I have a budget today for today's meal. So anyway, when I was at the checkout line and I had a few more things to purchase, but I was already at the limit, including goji berry. A bag of goji berry will cost me 25 bucks. And sometimes, you can find great vegan ingredients just at a supermarket near you. Because buying vegan doesn't necessarily mean going to a vegetarian store. It could be any store. Exactly, it could be any store and just go and spend time and find out, write down the prices, and in the future, you can go always reference. And I'm able to buy a lot of organic ingredients at different supermarkets now. So anyway, so that's the first question. The second one is, what would you do if your husbands or wives, we're not going to try to say that men are, the only carnivores here, but what if your family members are not supportive of you? Do you guys have a suggestion? Get another husband. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. One of my fans told me one time that she had very stubborn husband and sons, teenage sons, who would never try vegetarian food. Never, would not even think about it. But so one day she used one of my recipes that looked like it was, using a lot of, it was actually very protein based, but it looked like there were meat in it, So she tricked them into eating I think it's boba tea, the vegan boba tea, and the husband and sons loved the dish. And then she told them, hey, this is from a vegan chef. Hey, whatever it takes, right? Okay, I would like to show you some slides right now of my cookbook. I wrote this book at a difficult time of my life. Last year, when I was starting to write this book, my mother was diagnosed with advanced stage cancer, leukemia. So I had to take care of her. I was her chef. I was able to cook for her for some time, but I must say this was a great learning experience for me. I'm so happy to be able to share my passion with you. I try to create a picture for every dish so that those people like me who are very visual oriented can follow along the recipe book. Because I have to confess, if I get a recipe book that is mostly writing with no pictures, sometimes I find it difficult to, not to say to understand the book, but just to be thrilled about cooking the dishes. That's how I am. I love pictures. So indulge me, and I created so many photos. I may have overdone it for some folks, so please forgive me. Anyway, this book is made up of 3 different chapters. The first chapter is cuisines from Asia. I try to include every main Asian cuisine, and I've been to many of the countries, not all of them, many of them. And the second chapter, it's called Fusion. I created 5 different recipes fusing, I think, 3 cultures for each recipe. So some of you would love the adventurous recipe. Some of you might thought, oh, fusing, that's interesting. But you know what? Today, with our worlds being so interconnected, I think that's the way of the future. So I'm not a psychic, but I predict that is the way of the future. And chapter 3, Healing Kitchen, I have included some of my favorite superfoods, and then showed you an example how to make the dishes. And in my next book, which is going to be focused on Europe, possibly fusion again, you never know, and Healing Kitchen, then I'm going to show you different ways to make superfoods. So I try to make the book very practical. Today, instead of doing 2 dishes, I've decided to do 3. I have made 3 dishes: a soup, a rice dish, actually a quinoa dish, and a tofu, Mapo tofu, which is like one of the, so it's actually the spirit or the soul of this book, because it talks about my mother's hometown and my journey to get this very special chili. Oops, actually this one, that I'm going to put into this demonstration, but it's actually in the Mapo tofu I made for you guys. It's okay, it's all gone over budget, but you know, I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I cannot help but wanting to share with you guys. The Mapo tofu is slightly spicy, so watch out, but I try to make it very mild for you. I can triple the amount of chili paste I would put in, so I did it very carefully. And, but I want to share with you how I will make the soup and also the Mapo tofu, because with the quinoa dish, it's in the book, and you know, and actually it's also on my website. You can find it on the website and then do the dish. All right, let's start with the soup. I call it the 5-minute soup. Although it took me more than 5 minutes today to make the soup for you guys, because it was a pot this big, so it took probably an hour. But the reason why I call it the 5-minute soup is because when I was invited to a gathering one year, I think it was a Thanksgiving gathering, I prepared several dishes, but then I thought, well, you know, in order to impress people, I should bring another dish. You know, you try to be a good guest, right? You try to be gracious. So I took a look in my kitchen, my refrigerator, and then I found literally 5 ingredients. You know, because I've done so much cooking that day, there were 5 main ingredients left. So I just put them together. Within 5 minutes, the soup was born. So the ingredients were purple yam, sweet potato, right? Brussels sprouts, sage, my favorite spice, and then Thai herb called key lime leaf, maybe mint. There's 5 ingredients, but anyways, it's in the book also. So I just put them together. Within 5 minutes, the soup was born, and the family loved the soup more than the other dishes. They loved it so much. The kids and the parents all loved it. So it goes to show good cooking does not take a lot of time, people. Does not need to take a lot of time. Just be brave sometimes. You know, I didn't go out to shop just for the soup. I had to survive. So I just grabbed what I could. And of course it was an intelligent guess. I didn't put some of the, you know, you just can't, some of the ingredients in the world just don't belong together, right? But I just had a good feeling that these 5 would go together. And so now it has become one of my personal favorite soups. And I hope it will become yours. Yes, it's called the 5-minute magic soup. Also, it's called the holiday fusion soup because I'm fusing different ingredients from different cultures. Yeah. May I invite my friend, Hillary Hamby. Where are you? Hillary. She helped me this afternoon with the food preparation. I was cooking and she was chopping, and you know, with friends like this, you know. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you. She's so sweet. So she's willing to help me out. Oh, okay, we're going to take a picture together. Hillary is a longtime vegetarian for many years. She's a hula dancer and good cook too.
I learned from you, that's why.
Oh, come on. That's not the case. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you for the reminder. She asked that when would volume 2 come out? Volume 2 featuring European cuisine and Middle Eastern cuisine. It's going to come out in the summertime. Oh, your husband cannot eat yam. No sweet potato. Potato, just potato. Oh, okay. No, but this, if you're going to keep to the soup, right, you want to keep the same soup. You want to use the same soup without sweet potato. Taro, would that be possible? Taro, it's a little sticky, but then, you know, yeah, the texture is a little different. But that's an option. Taro is a good option. You can use the Asian taro. I think it's a little bit less sticky, right? Well, you know, the large one, it's called Filipino, right? Yeah. Actually, oh, I'm sorry, the Hawaiian, actually it's also called Chinese. It's like a, you know, the Chinese call it Bing Lang Yu, you know, it's a big, solid taro. That one actually would be a good substitute, right? And Hawaiians use it a lot. Okay, sorry, that's the cover of the cookbook. Okay, so you can just, yeah, zip by it. 65 Unforgettable Recipes. India, that was, okay, you can go back to that one. Okay, salad with spices and rice pulao. Rice pulao is a very popular dish in India. Served at almost every wedding, and you can serve it at any meal. Actually, it's very easy to make. That's my take on rice pulao. Can you go back to the first slide? Or just Northern Indian meal. That's a complete meal. And that's me in Indian attire. This is Chinese chapter, the Chinese segment. Zhongzi is one of the tastiest foods you can imagine. Sticky rice and wrapped in bamboo leaf. It's one of the things you would like to open one day and just see what's inside. It's like a surprise. And crystal dumpling, it looks like it's translucent, and because of the special ways I prepared it. It's not as hard as it looks, so it's in the book also. Tea leaves is a great possibility there. You know what? If you can succeed with tea leaf, I would love it. I would love it. I would love it. Because I would always encourage using local ingredients, you know. And bamboo leaf is available at Asian supermarkets, but if you can use tea leaf, why not? Lotus cabbage roll, and this one is a very tasty, healthy roll. Takes a little bit of time to make, and when you eat it, also don't, you know, you try to bring put a little napkin so that you're not going like, whoa. There's a lot of juice inside, but it's extremely tasty with lots of ingredients such as dried tofu, carrots, celery, mushrooms of different types. A great feast for your guests. Great to impress someone. Your dates, or your children, your daughter's date, your son's date. Imperial Mapo tofu, what we're going to be making right now, and wonton noodle soup. I've just posted a video of wonton noodle soup on my website and on Facebook. So you guys can go to my website at www.orianlee.com, and you folks will be able to learn how to make it. And I'm sharing that recipe for free with my viewers. Japanese miso soup and rice ball onigiri, which is, I'm showing different ways you can make it. It's very fun to do with your family, with your children on a weekend. You can come up with all kinds of different versions of onigiri. It's like a game, you know. You never run out of options. Japanese salad, natto, not everyone's favorite ingredient, but it's very healthy. I created it with daikon and with salads, baby vegetables. And this is quinoa sushi. I was told that this sushi tastes so much like the real thing. It tastes like seafood, but it's actually all vegan. I'm using nuts, quinoa, and a few other ingredients. Ooh, this is ready. Fantastic. Hillary, could you chop this up? All right. All right, move on, please. All right, potato with cashews. This is one of several Korean dishes. Philippines. My friends cannot make it today. They're actually the character of the Filipino chapter. Talked about their lives. The one that you just saw, the dessert, is called ube. It's a Filipino sweet potato dessert. Unfortunately, I did not share this recipe because you cannot find Filipino sweet potato in Hawaii. I was told that. So then I just, you know, show the dish, but I cannot really share the recipe because you can't find the ingredient. All right, these are two Filipino dishes I made. Some of the things you might think that are impossible to eat, but I tell you, bitter melon leaves, one of the healthiest things for you. this is another example of showing you that vegan food can be very inexpensive because a bunch of bitter melon leaf costs $1 at an Asian farmer's market or supermarket. It's very good for you. Asians believe that you can eat it to detox the body. And pumpkin flour, I believe. At the bottom is pancit, Filipino noodle, and vegetables combination. Oh, I just want to mention the fish cake you saw. It looks like fish cake, but it's actually tofu. It tastes just like fish cake. This is Thailand. I've been to Thailand quite a few times. My obsession, one of my obsessions is papaya salad. I love papaya salad so much that I ordered a double serving each time. So I would be, eating this much papaya salad, and oh my gosh, just nobody smelled my breath because, all the garlic, the raw garlic, and the garlic peel too. But I tell you, my body was very happy. It's very good for you. All right, and this is Papri King. Is one of my favorite Thai dishes. It's string beans, French beans, or any kind of beans cooking with 2 different kinds of soy meat. And you'll see the galangal and lime leaves, over there. And these two are one of my favorite Thai desserts. The first one is pumpkin balls in coconut milk and taro and pumpkin balls. The second one is called coffee jelly or woon cafe. Woon cafe. It's got a beautiful name. This is my 5-minute soup, so let's put it in. We forgot to pack Brussels sprouts, but it's in your soup. But you know what? This is fine because this is very spontaneous, and basically anything you have goes, and just put it inside. I'm going to put in more of my mint and sage because we don't have the Brussels sprouts. All right, Hillary, so once you're done, just put it inside, yeah. All right, so move on, please. Vietnamese, this is one of several dishes. Vietnamese spring roll, one of my favorite Vietnamese desserts to eat. Very healthy. I used soy meat, red lettuce, mint, chopped peanuts, and a whole bunch of different herbs and vegetables with peanut sauce. Very refreshing. Please, roll. And that's me in Vietnamese attire. And I'm trying to blend in with each culture that I'm trying to represent. And I think it's going to be difficult for the European section because I'll have to dye my hair a certain color, We'll see. I'll do it creatively, but but count on me doing something. we'll have to do something. All right. Okay. Good. Indonesia, and this particular dish was. I made this dish for Sunrise local KGMB on President's Day. This is actually President Obama's favorite Indonesian noodle soup. When he lived in Indonesia. This is called bakso. I created a completely vegan version of it. Can you guys see it? I used soy meat and made it into a meatball, and then that's soy fish cake, some bok choy, some noodle, and then chili sauce is very, very important in this soup. I believe this particular recipe this particular video is still at KGMB Sunrise. It's also posted on my Facebook page. So if you folks want to watch this noodle being made, you still can. All right. And satay, it's one good example of showing how meat-loving, omnivores or carnivores can enjoy eating vegan. This is 100% soy meat. But it tasted so close to real meat, it scared me, but it pleased all of my guests. So this is something you can make for your family. And this is one of several dishes that I used only soy meats to create a dish. Please try this. Peanut sauce, by the way. Nothing can go wrong with peanut sauce. Right. And this is the first of my fusion dish. It's called the Big Easy eggplant odyssey because we're fusing Cajun food, French food, and Greek food. So this is a trio. And so the name is Big Easy Eggplant Odyssey. All right. It's very tasty. And that is the soup I'm making right now, my 5-minute soup. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Good. So you don't have to keep looking at it. But don't blame me if you don't see the Brussels sprouts because, like I said, it's not here, but you're going to eat it. And this is my other fusion dish. And this one is extremely popular on my website because a lot of people, are inspired by chicken tikka masala. Mine is the vegan version, of course. And this is a very interesting dish. With this dish, I also fused other ingredients, such as North American ingredient. I'm not going to give away which part is North American. I enhanced the Indian part of the dish, and also I brought in English take on the dish. So this is a very popular one. Okay. Healing Kitchen, and this particular dish is called kale and huaishan soup. It uses Chinese healing methods, lotus seeds, and huaishan is also called Chinese mountain yam, I believe. Yeah, right. And yamaimo in Japanese, very good for you, and very little. Almost no one would have sort of side effects. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not a doctor, but it's very mild, very for you without side effects. And so, advancing forward, Healing Kitchen number 2, quinoa. It's called Emperor's Super Rice, which you'll be tasting tonight. It's got quinoa, lotus seed, goji berry, black mushrooms. There's so many things inside that I can't even remember the ingredients, and you're going to have all of it in that dish you're going to be eating tonight. All right. By the way, presentation is important if you want to convince people to try your dishes. Put it on a piece of banana leaf, and you're going to see that in your dish. So it's important. Nice, All right. And this one is called the 18 treasured rice. I call it the 18 treasure. Typically the Chinese would call treasure rice 8 treasure rice, but I figure, with treasure we can always use more, right, Hillary? So Hillary has been making this one now for breakfast, and she seems to like it. You liked it?
I love it.
Okay, good. So this is just another way to create an interesting rice breakfast dish. All right. This is sunrise, and I'm making the bakso dish. All right, these are my puppies. They brought me a lot of joy. They're very young, and one of their favorite things to eat, guess what? Soybeans. And I have to sort of embarrass my relative a little bit. One of my relatives was visiting us from the mainland, and she has never eaten soybeans before. So then, in the middle of the meal, we noticed that the soybean shells were missing from her, in front of her. So we asked her, where are the shells? And she said, oh, aren't you supposed to eat them? Right? So then I couldn't help but saying, oh my God, my puppies, because they were eating it, and the puppies were holding onto the bean with one hand, one paw, and then used their teeth to break open the shell, took the beans, chewed the shell, and left them on the floor. Right. Next slide. Right.
What kind of puppies are they?
Chow. They're brother and sister. They're one from one family. Family. And when we finish shopping each time, before we can put away things, that will break into everything and then start stealing stuff. And we let them because we figure, when you raise kids, that's a way to find out what they would like to eat. So then we found out their favorite foods that way. Of course, that's a little we're spoiling them too much. But, you know, they're eating apple right now, and so, you know, anyway. So just something to share with you guys. And that's the end of my first volume. And I'm just telling people, these two dishes are going to be included in my second book, volume 2. The bottom one is Greek rice, and the top one is a very tasty dish that we actually made it for an event. It was super, super popular. So this is going to be inside the book.
Is that a picture of you?
Yes, that was a picture of me traveling. I had long hair. I decided after I finished my traveling, I needed to cut my hair, and then so that I, you know, so I think that not only is easy for me, you know, a vegan chef on the go, you know, constantly running around and taking care of puppies, and you know, or running around serving food, and also it's cleaner. You know, I don't have to worry about long hair in your food, right? I mean, I think you'll thank me for that. So I think I decided to cut my long hair. I used to be a hula dancer too, and I had very long hair. So, but I can still dance hula. Nowadays, when I dance hula, I wear a wig. Nobody can tell that I have short hair. Okay, now here comes my 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I've been talking. Is that the last slice, Jim? All right, good. Okay, so this is sage. So Hillary, we're going to leave one just for decoration, yeah. But we're going to put the rest of it here. With the help of Brussels sprouts, it's not going to be as purple, but you know, we're going to have to go with what we have. And a little bit of chili flakes. Oh no, I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong bag. That's actually something for the next dish. I'll have to explain, it's so spicy. I would like you guys to take a look at it. I'm going to have you guys smell this and look at this before I start the second dish, please. And tell me what it's called. Okay, let's see. So we can get started with the second one. I'm going to move on to this one. If you could chop the green onions, it would be great. Yeah. And this is for the second dish. All right. Okay, so this dish, you know, this is just to demonstrate because you're going to drink from, take the soup that's been made. This is just to show you how quick it is to make it. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. Can you see? All right, it's out of. You can also use red colored potato. You don't have to use purple, whatever you like, really. Right, this is key lime. Smells so great. By the way, never forget, whether you're an experienced cook or you're just someone who's trying to learn how to cook, never forget to smell your food. Because if you don't make the connection with the food, you're missing out on something very, very important. Squeeze it or have it, rub it, you know, or whatever, you know. Some people actually use it for cosmetics, but, you know, just have a relationship with your food. It's so important. And meditate when you eat, you know, whatever it takes to have a relationship. It's very important. And in my book, I wrote about some of the issues I saw when I was traveling around the world. I saw poverty. I saw how food was so rare and so difficult to come by. And it made me appreciate what I have, and it made me want to meditate when I eat and thank the food, thank the blessings I have received in my life. So that's a good thing to do, especially if you have young children who are taking you for granted, taking the cooks for granted, or taking the, you know, the family for granted. And this is a good way to show them. All right, salt. All right, you know, well, this is saltless, but that's fine. Like I said, nobody's going to drink from this. Maybe I'll serve them to my puppies. Oh, okay, all right.
It's a beautiful color.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color. Purple yam is one of my superfoods in the Healing Kitchen. It's antioxidant. You know, anything with very strong, bright colors are antioxidants. And also want to show you through making this soup just how versatile it is. You don't have to just bake it. Some people are saying, oh, you know, I don't like to bake sweet potatoes, or some people are saying potatoes are gassy in general. When you boil it, not such a thing. Tastes great, it's easy to digest, Yeah, there's so many ways you can make your food. All right. Okay. All right. All right, good. So now we're going to start with Mapo tofu. All right, this is the stage. All right. Alrighty. This one, I'm going to have to use a little bit of oil. I know that I'm trying to promote, yes. Talk about goji being versatile. I just want to show you. I'm drinking goji right now. It's wonderful. All right. I'm having trouble opening this. All right, Mapo tofu. Mapo means very spicy, mouth-numbingly spicy. So if I would make an authentic Mapo tofu for you, I will have to take out some of the, a few tablespoonfuls of chili paste. But the chili paste that you guys are going to be served in, oh, would you like to smell it before I get to use it? Yeah, please. Just don't spill it on your dress. This particular paste is no ordinary paste because it's being baked in the sun overnight under moonlight and dewdrops, I guess, and for several months so that it will have the consistency or the flavor that you will taste. And I brought them back a couple of gallons with me in my suitcase. And you know that it was worth the wait. It was worth it. It was worth it. For a foodie like me, it was worth it. But you can get good chili paste in Chinatown or Asian stores very easily. Yeah, you can do that. You can use miso if you don't like to have very spicy food, but you want to try Mapo tofu. You can have the not so Mapo tofu. Not so spicy tofu, right? Really, sky's the limit. All right, I'm using shredded ginger. Actually, this is better. That's a little too big. I've got some shredded ginger here. All right. Woo! Ah! All right, I know that I'm trying to create low oil dishes, and I am very mindful about that in my book, even though there are dishes in Asian cuisine, sometimes you almost can't help but use a little bit of oil, such as in Indian food. You need oil to release the spice at the very beginning of the dish. But, I tone them down pretty much to the minimum, but if you feel as though your food is missing oil, you can always add to it. I wanted to show how far a little bit of oil can go. This is not very much, but this is able to cook the whole bowl of noodle. Tofu. Hillary and I were talking about this before we decided on the menu. I was saying to her, what do you think would be a really good one to demo? She said the first thing she said was tofu. Right, this one. She said because not everyone knows how to make tofu. People are thinking tofu is so boring, one boring dish. But oh my God, for a lot of Asian families who live on tofu, there are 1,000 ways, well, not 1,000, 100 ways to make tofu. I saw that myself when I was visiting central China. There was a restaurant serving 100 different kinds of tofu. So I've been to a tofu paradise myself, and so don't give up on tofu. If you're not happy with it, find different ways to make it. And I regularly share recipes, and I also sometimes like to have people's feedback because then I can, improve or add, sort of contribute recipes that are sort of in hot demands. All right, so I'm going to put this on. All right. Okay, so I'm actually, I'm doing well with time. I'm amazed. That's great. Any other question while this is being heated? I know it's a little hard for me to talk sometimes when there's so much fire here, so I'm trying to compete with the heat. But maybe you guys should generate some heat so then I can. Okay, so okay, go ahead.
Sorry, what did you add to the oil before you put the tofu?
What did I add to ginger? Chopped ginger. I used peanut oil. This is from Down to Earth, organic peanut oil. And you guys know why things gone over budget a bit. You know, everything's wonderful, a little expensive, but you know, organic food isn't easy to come by, you know, nowadays. So I mean, I understand that it's not going to be super cheap, but you know, sometimes if you cannot afford organic foods, eat all natural, or you know, the best you can, right? Right. All right. So can you guys see this? Okay, good, great. So I'm trying to get this to cook a little bit more, and I've already pre-cooked this to save time. This is tomato, organic tomato with green onions that I've cooked in a different pan. But if you have time at home, if you don't have to do this at home. You can just actually put the tofu. Cook the tomato first, and then add the tofu into the dish, and then cook it in one pot. But I made it separately. I want to show you the process. So this is tomato with green onions and maybe salt and pepper. Yeah, I'm going to add this into my tofu dish. And this is a recipe from my grandmother. But I wrote in the book that if you alter this recipe, my family are, you know, my ancestors are not going to be offended. So do what you would like. Even make it not Mapo, you know, it's okay. As long as you're happy with it. All right. So I'm going to add more green onions. This is up to you. Some people don't like green onions. You know, I personally am not a huge fan of green onions, but I know a lot of my viewers are, so I try to please them. Right. So now the trick is I'm going to, do I have my chili sauce back? Someone's running away with the chili sauce. No, that's okay. You can hang on to it for a little bit. I'm going to add this chili oil. This is, you know, you guys looked at the chili pepper I gave you, right? That's actually called Sichuan chili peppercorn. So what I did was, to create this oil, I used half of red chili powder and half of that the peppercorn, and then I put them in hot oil, and then I created this oil. This oil is extremely fragrant and spicy. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Can you see? Yeah. And I really, I was very careful when I made the dish for you guys outside. I think pretty much is within everyone's tolerance. But if it is not, you know, bring it home and give it to your family, your husband. Like, whoa. Or what? Right, okay, good. It's peppercorn, Sichuan peppercorn and red chili powder. You grind them up together, and then you put it into hot oil, cook it a little bit, and then you drain out the substance, or you can just leave the whole thing, and then the oil is going to be on the top, and you add a little bit of oil. If you bring in the powder, it's okay too. The paste is okay too. All right, so now I've just added that. I'm going to add a little bit of the chili sauce. By the way, there are 3 different kinds that I brought back with me because each family had their own recipe. This is one of the recipes, and this is the one that I chose for today because it's one of the mildest, milder ones, you know. So yeah. Okay, a little bit goes a long way, but it'll give the dish a nice red color. Right. You know what? Since you're not going to eat this, I'm going to put more in. Hillary's going to eat it. You're okay with spicy food, right, Hillary? You're okay with a little bit spicy food. Okay, you're my guinea pig. All right. Great. So now this peppercorn is available at Asian markets. Maybe even at your supermarkets near you, because just go to the Asian aisle. All right, so this has been properly spiced. You can add some this one, but it's not necessary. And salt. At this point, shoyu. I did not bring shoyu. I'm so healthy tonight. Boy, didn't bring shoyu, but that's okay. It's still in the food that you're gonna eat. I tell you what, let's say you don't have shoyu. I forgot about shoyu. So we can put seasoning, right? That's going to give it salt. Who is to say you cannot do it? All right, this is concentrated, so it's actually very strong. I don't know if that's about right. This is better than bouillon. Or any kind of vegetarian seasoning will be fine. All right, this is looking great. I'm gonna have Hillary taste test it once I add this to it. This is my pre-made tomato sauce. The Chinese like to use tomato sauce too in their food. And in my book, I used one of the dishes is called Mapo tofu. One of the dishes is called Marco Polo. Sorry, Marco Polo noodle soup. And because people are saying, did Marco Polo bring spaghetti from China back to Italy, or did he incorporate tomato because of the Chinese? We don't know. No one will ever find out, but you know what? It still becomes a very good story to tell. It's a really fun story. All right, so this has been added, and then now the final step is my chopped cilantro. It's very, very important to put cilantro in your Asian dishes because this is one of the most popular herbs. Okay, I'm putting a big handful. You see how easy to make this one? If you would like to make this this tofu less sort of watery, add some cornstarch. Use cornstarch and a little bit of water. It'll thicken it. And also, this is a great time to add your soy meat. Great time to incorporate soy meat, dehydrated soy protein or pre-made soy meat. You'll please anybody. This is very protein rich. By the way, in my cookbook, you'll find many recipes use versatile ingredients, including the superfoods. I try to make it so that anyone can make these dishes. All right, so Hillary, would you be the first to try? You can use this one. This is clean. I'm so sneaky. I did not try first. I get her to try, so then she can wah, and then I'll try. No, I'm kidding. No, I won't do that to my friend.
Delicious.
No.
Very good.
What did you say?
Delicious.
Okay, because you guys can't hear her. Anyway, so you have that, but this can be also as a backup if we don't have enough. All right, I think I'm done with my presentation. I don't know if I would have anything else to say, but should we open up for a question and answer? I'm sorry, could you say that again? Yeah. What was this one? This was the chili. You guys can look at it again now. Yeah, we can pass it around again. I'm done. This is called the Sichuan chili peppercorn. It's a red-colored peppercorn. I mean, it's different from the one that we see here, but it's spicier. Yeah. It's definitely available in Chinatown, in stores, but if you would like to try to go to an Asian supermarket, you may have it. Just ask for red-colored Sichuan peppercorn. Now, please, go for it. Yeah, she wants more, so. Good, that means it's not too spicy, folks.
You say in the recipe maple soup. Is that in the soup?
In the soup, yeah, I didn't use it, but it could be in the soup. But it's in the soup that you're going to be eating. In the demo, I probably didn't put it in, yeah. But you don't have to. I mean, the sweet potato is already sweet. But if you would like to have a kick, add more syrup. I've got 2 different syrups that I love to use: maple syrup and agave. These are, and then I also use brown rice syrup, one of my favorite syrups.
Could you repeat the question?
I'm sorry. She asked me if I used the syrup, which was maple syrup and agave. I could have, but I did not use it. I was actually going to add it to my tofu dish a little bit. Actually, this is not too late to add. Right, just a little bit.
I'm confused. Is it going to make the peppercorn oil?
I'm sorry, what?
To make the peppercorn oil, what kind of oil do you use?
The pepper, okay. With the peppercorn oil that I just made, right, this one, this is how I made it. Okay, you heat up a wok or a pan, and then you put the ground up Sichuan peppercorn and red chili powder together, so that, right, together, and then you add, when the sort of the spices are being cooked, and then it's getting hot, add some oil to it, yeah, and then you take it all together. So then the substance will be at the bottom, and on the top, it could be your favorite cooking oil, but I would say something that can sustain high heat. Coconut oil, almond oil, peanut oil is fine, yeah, medium to high heat, but I would not use your olive oil. No. Anything else? Any other questions? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I will be signing my book at the back. If you guys have questions then, I can also address some of that, but I saw another hand. Okay.
What are some examples of soy meat?
Some examples of soy meat. Actually, at the back of the book, you can take a look. It's I showed several different kinds of soy meats. There's this little silver plate. You'll see different kinds of soy meat available both in supermarkets and Asian stores. So today, because you guys are, actually we're all very lucky because soy meats are becoming more and more popular and available. You can buy most of these soy meats at a supermarket now, which is extraordinary. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, oh my goodness, tofu was probably our only companion for eating vegetarian or vegan. So yeah, anyway, so thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you. And thank you, Hillary, for your help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chef Ori Ann Li, for introducing us to an exciting world of enticing vegan flavors and adventures. Thank you for taking us along with you on your journey today. We'd now like to invite all of you to enjoy some of these delicious foods. They're right outside there on the lanai, and they look wonderful. The ingredients were donated by the generosity of Down to Earth. And we'd like to ask if you would please take your chairs and put them on the rack for us, if you can. If not, that's all right. Just leave them there and somebody else will get it for you. Remember, we can't have any food on the wood floors, which is why we're meeting here, over here in the corner. So please enjoy the foods on the lanai. And don't forget, Ori Ann's books are right in the back, available for purchase, and she'll be glad to sign them for you. Thanks a lot for coming, everybody. Good night. Mahalo for coming.
This program is brought to you by the Vegetarian Society of Hawaii, a nonprofit organization dedicated to sharing with the community the many benefits of a vegetarian diet. Free monthly meetings include vegetarian experts found locally and on the mainland, quick and easy cooking demonstrations, and healthful and delicious food samples. Members enjoy an informative quarterly newsletter, social activities, and discounts at many vegetarian-friendly restaurants and health food stores. For an application, call 944-8344. That's 944-8344. Or visit our website at www.vsh.org. vsh.org.